Hello Capricorn and welcome to 2019. Capricorn in the house. I'm a little bit excited to do this reading for you. For those that are new to my channel, I am a Capricorn sun. So this reading is as much for me as it is for you. And my dear Capricorns, it's showtime. That is your theme this year. 2019 is going to be your year. Well, let's look out 2020 because you're going to smash it out of the park then, but it already starts now. Now Capricorn, I have shuffled your cards and I've laid them out from January through to December. But before I get into the tarot, I wanted to talk a little bit about astrology because it's absolutely massive. And those that watch my channel know that I like to weave it in. In case you didn't know, this is a massive year for Capricorns and Cancers, but particularly for Capricorns. I'm filming this video on the 6th of January in Oz. It is, I think, around about 10:30 in the morning, just before the Capricorn new moon solar eclipse in our sign. This is epic because at this time, which I believe is 11:28 Australian Eastern Standard Time for those that are in Queensland and 12:28 for those that are in the southern parts of the eastern border, is really about the sun and the moon coming together in Capricorn, and it's bringing Pluto and Saturn together. This is massive from an astrological point of view for our sign. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, and I tell you what, it's been tough. It's been making us go into the deep, deep muddy waters, the depths of our soul, and really have a look at who we are, what we want to bring in this world. And it's not been easy. If you've been anything like what I've been through, it's been this massive, 10 years of transformation. And if I'm honest with you, the person that I was in 2008, 2010 is nowhere near the person that I am today. And where I'm going even for this year, I see that evolving and changing. And I see that in the cards for you as well. What's important to note is that it's getting easier, Capricorn, because Pluto and Saturn coming together in this eclipse is going to be phenomenal for us, okay? It's really going to come together to show us who we are and who we're meant to be in this world, okay? I'm not exaggerating here. It's so strong with this Saturn and Capricorn, this conjunction, this mega conjunction that's coming up in 2020. It's like a realignment of who we are and who we're going to be in this world. And it's really asking us to go to the source of our power so that we can draw from within to start creating. Like I said, Capricorn, it's showtime. It's your time to step up into the limelight. It's Capricorn's time to make the mark in the world. You are literally redefining who you are, and in doing that, you're building something for yourself that's quite solid. And I can see that all throughout this reading. Whatever that is, however that looks, it's going to be whatever you create, especially in this first 3 months, is going to have an effect on the next 25 years of your life until Saturn comes back, or let's say 30, until Saturn comes back and does its solar return. So please note, it's that kind of no pressure, but it will have that kind of lasting effect. Eclipses do that anyway. For those that don't know, any eclipse that starts new moon or a full moon, it's going to complete a cycle, and you can't go back. It's like, that's the universe's way. I believe that we have free will and we have choice. I also believe in destiny, and that there's certain things we map out along our path in this particular lifetime that's meant to be our lessons and help us grow and evolve. But I believe that the universe comes in at certain points from a planetary alignment and then goes, nah, you're not listening, Capricorn, that's out. You're no longer that person anymore. It's time to change. And that's exactly what this year is about. Uranus is asking you to step outside, any kind of negativity, any kind of stories that you've built up about yourself, any kind of hesitation or lack of self-worth. There is no time for fear this year, Capricorn. It's all love, purpose, self-drive. You're going for it. You're going for gold. Scrap the fear. Put it in the crap pile. You don't need any of that in your life. And truly, that's what's happening for you. You're leveling up, Capricorn. You're raising your vibration. And in doing that, you're going to see a lot of people kind of fall to the wayside as you become your true self, as you follow your true north. Speaking of north, the north node is in Cancer. So Cancers are the mothers of the zodiac. It's all about, nurturing ourselves. It's about, you know, looking at our deep relationships, and that is going to be a spotlight for you, particularly when we come into July. And I've got to be honest with you, it looks pretty epic, especially for those that are single. So hang tight, because that's coming up in the reading. But the South Node's in our sign. So the South Node's in Capricorn, and Capricorn represents the father of the zodiac, our status in the world and who we are. So it's what's interesting is that the North Node shows where you're going and the South Node shows where you're coming from. It's like the polarities, right? It's like this kind of direction. It represents where the sun, where the moon is aligned at a particular moment in time. And what does that mean for us? Basically, in one hand, you have this focus on your status in the world and what you're going to create. But as Capricorn, sometimes we get so caught up in that thing and that materialism that we forget the other side, the relationship side, until we almost get to the point where we're burnt out and it's like this needs our attention and we haven't given it our attention. So this year is all going to be about balancing that out for you. And I don't say that lightly, because it's literally that push-pull for you all year with the North Node and South Node, and particularly the eclipses. Okay, so on one hand, you are so passionate and so driven to create. On the other hand, this is where I laugh, it's kind of destiny coming through. You do have the card of destiny. It's going to be like, the universe is going to be like, tap, tap, Capricorn, tap, tap. It's time for you to have a relationship now. It's time for you to get married now, whatever it is for you in your personal situation. It's time for you to come out of that rock that you've been hiding under. You know, you've been single for 20 something years. It's time for you to step up. You've been single for 15 years. You've been married for so many years. It's time to have a child, whatever it is for you. Okay. The universe is going to shine a light on your intimate relationships, especially in the month of July. Speaking of July, so in July we have the new moon partial solar eclipse in the sign of Cancer, my apologies. And as I said, that's going to be focused very heavily on your sector of relationships. It's in that part of your chart. So new moon, for a lot of you, when it comes to July, you will be beginning or starting a new phase in your romantic relationships. For the single Capricorns watching, this is the time when you could begin that romance of a lifetime. And I don't say that lightly. I mean literally the one kind of energy, Capricorn, okay? Now this has come up for a few signs. This has come up very heavily for Virgo. Virgo has love all over their chart. It's what they're focusing on this year. It's come up in the sign of Sagittarius. There's a lot of energy in Aries and Leo as well. And I think, if I remember correctly, there's a little bit of soulmate stuff and kind of life partner stuff in the sign of Libra. So those signs might be important for you, but this isn't a love reading, this is a general reading, but you can go back and have a look at those if any of those sing to you as I'm speaking. So new moon in Cancer, all about relationships, starting something new, fantastic. However, the flip side of that is that we then have a full moon in our sign in Capricorn on the 21st of January. So that's a full moon total lunar eclipse, okay? And that is going to be about you completing something. And if I'm honest, I think for a lot of you, it's going to be in terms of work, career. Some of you, if you have been self-employed, I see you going back to work. If you have been working for an employer, I see that being the moment. You probably already know this, Capricorn, because you're so smart, right? You've already done the master plan. You have it all mapped out. I know, I can see. So I feel like when you get to July, you're already thinking of making plans for July as your cutoff point. You're already like, yep, July is my exit. I'm going to make it happen. And you will, Capricorn. I can see it exactly here. You're going to manifest that exactly. You are such a strong manifestor, and you do have the card of manifestation, bang, right next to the card of destiny. Like, honestly, it's a phenomenal spread. So July 16th, mark that date in your calendar. Something's going to be completing for you. And look, it's going to vary for every Capricorn. It depends on your personal natal chart, what area it falls for you. But for most of you, I feel like it's going to be in the area of career and what you do in the world. At the same time, because July is not going to be crazy enough, we have Mercury going retrograde for most of the month. So watch your communication, because what you intend to say or what you put out could very well be stifled. For a lot of you, I feel like travel plans could be affected, because there is a lot to do with travel, international relations for you this year, Capricorn. As you build your empire, you are going to be doing a lot that comes to your place, your status in the world, and kind of what you're bringing in. So just be aware of that. Your your plans could be delayed in July because the universe is going, no, I want you to focus on relationships, and then I want you to focus on closing out whatever it is you need to for your career so that you can step into this whole new you. And that's what it's really about. It's about stepping outside the way of life you've chosen to live or define yourself by for the past 9 to 17 years. Just, a small amount of time. It's reinventing. You're like that phoenix rising from the ashes, and you're no longer rising. You are the frickin' phoenix. You are ready to soar and take off, and nothing's going to hold you back. Finally, I just want to mention, there's a whole lot of astrological stuff, but December is another notable point. The 26th of December is the final eclipse in Capricorn. It will be again about completing something. So it's like you have one in July, you're completing one cycle, and then you build something, and then you complete another cycle when you get to December 26. Now, the reason why I think that's happening is because on December 3rd, this is massive, Jupiter moves into our sign. So this is the planet of good luck, of fortune. It's that once every 12 years kind of stuff that comes in that's just literally going to line everything up for you. Some Capricorns literally will find fame and fortune in 2020 with whatever it is that you're building this year. Whatever the building blocks are, especially in this first 3 months, that's going to be your catapult that's going to put you through. So start now, whatever you think it is, however small you think it is, start now, get straight into it, okay? Because it's going to be massive. On the flip side of that, try not to be taken by overwhelm, okay? If you're anything like me, and I can kind of attest to this, it's like you have the master plan, you're so excited, and sometimes we go hell for leather and then we burn out very quickly. Try and do it in small chunks. Just be like, okay, this is what I want to achieve this week. This is what I want to achieve this month. Personally, what I like to do is I don't set goals for myself. I set intentions, and then I kind of journal it through. I have this great gratitude journal my mum gave me a couple of years back. I now use it every year, and I write down what my intention is for the month, and then I just try and check back in so I'm on that same wavelength, okay? Small chunks and you'll get there, Capricorn. All right, so enough about the astrology. I think I've covered everything. I just want to check my notes and see if there's anything there that I haven't touched. Yeah, just lastly, I don't think I mentioned this, but Neptune's all about dissolving the structures that no longer serve you, okay, the placement in your chart, but we've kind of talked about that already. It's releasing the belief that nothing is real unless it's tangible. So for you, just know you don't have to work really hard to achieve these things. It's your destiny. It's coming through, Capricorn. And with that, let's get into tarot. So Capricorn, I have pre-laid out the cards January through to June with one trump card for the overarching energy for how you're feeling. And then I've gone July through to December with a card for how you're feeling as well. So we'll start with the first 6 months. As I've mentioned to you guys before, this deck that I'm using, or maybe I didn't mention it to you yet, but it's called the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. It's quite a spiritual deck. It's quite deep in its meanings of the cards. Not all of them in the major arcana or in the minor arcana are the same as traditional tarot. So some of them could be have different meanings. And look, they have 5 or 6 pages of in-depth meaning. So for this reading, I've chosen the traditional Rider-Waite to use as clarifiers so that we can actually go through it together and get some simplicity on these quite deeply spiritual cards. Whew. You still with me, Capricorn? I'm so excited. All right, let's go. January. Eddie, let's rock this party. Can I have a card, please, on January? On the card of thought. And the master plan, Capricorn. Thank you, Eddie. Choice. It keeps giving me 2 cards. I'm like, I just want 1. Interesting. You had the Emperor twice. I mean, for those that have been watching me, you know that the Emperor's been coming out in all of the in the weekly readings, particularly for love. So the Emperor does represent the sign of Aries. I just have to note that for you because it's come out twice now. Again, 1 card, please. 7 of Swords in reverse. Yeah. All right, Capricorn. So you start off January with the card of thought. and the Two of Swords. What this means for me is it's kind of ties in with what I was saying before. This eclipse is going to be asking you to really go within the depths of your psyche and figure out what it is that you want to create. Who are you, Capricorn? Where are you going? You could feel a little bit overwhelmed. I think I talked about that already. You know, that feeling of you feel this energy and you sort of don't know what to do with it. It's like, oh, where do I start? Where do I begin? Just start small. The very best advice that I give to anyone and any of the clients that I work with and the healing work that I do is about journaling and writing down those thoughts, okay? Personally, I like to use this energy at new moon to just disconnect from social media for 24 hours, and I go into my little spiritual bubble. I write down everything that comes up. I meditate for the hours of the year. So this year it's a 3 year, so I'm going to try and do a 3-hour meditation. I'm not even joking. And then from that, see whatever comes up for me, then that gives me the spiritual guidance and the direction that I need to go. Now, you don't have to do that, of course, but for you, whatever your spiritual practice is, it's asking you to go do that so that you can find and build the plan of where it is that you're going. Okay, this is a monumental month for you about putting those foundation, those building blocks together. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly at the time of the new moon, because this is a partial lunar eclipse, so some things are hidden. Couldn't be any more prevalent in this card, right? Some things are not, and you're not able to see just yet. So the strength of this new moon is at its highest for the next 3 to 4 days, but it does have that energy for the next 2 weeks. So you'll know when you're called to kind of do this. You'll know when you've been kind of called into action, Capricorn, and then it's time to, you can no longer ignore that calling that's asking you to make a choice about where you want to go. Two of Swords is exactly that. It's a choice. It's a mental choice. And for me, this is representing your past and your future, and it is guided by the moon. February. Wow. So, of course, you come out with the Magician, Master Manifester. Whatever you put together in that plan in January, once you get past that Leo eclipse, if I didn't mention that already, on the 21st of January, there's a full moon total lunar eclipse in the sign of Leo. And that for you is all around other people's values, money owed to you, and insurance payout. That last little bit of eclipse in the sign of Leo gives you, it closes out that last phase of your life so that you can begin anew. And in doing that, look at what you have. You have the Magician and you have the Two of Wands, Two of Fire. This is literally about you manifesting your next life, okay? And I don't say that lightly, because that's what it is. You are manifesting this new beginning. Two of Wands speaks about partnership, creativity when it comes to business. You could be finding someone to go into business with, or it could simply be about you working full-time whilst building a side project, or already having a business and going out into another direction or building another direction of your business. It's something to do with something you create and bring into the world. If you don't have a business, then it could be a project, it could be a hobby. I'm not sure. There's so many different avenues and ways in which this can go. It's not love. I'm not seeing love. This is all about what you create and what you bring into the world. It could even be what you do of service. But I want you to know the Magician is an energy of you having it all, Capricorn, okay? All of the shit, all of the gumption, everything you have been through for the past 10 years, for the past 17 for some of you, that heavy, heavy energy, it's about to turn in your favor, Capricorn, okay? You are coming up as one of the very most auspicious signs for manifesting good wealth, fortune, and abundance in the entire deck, right? You're coming up trumps. It's your time to shine, Capricorn. It's showtime. March brings the Emperor, coupled with the Three of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Now, don't be alarmed, because it doesn't mean what you think. The Emperor, its very core, represents the sign of the father of Aries, right? And this can come in 2 ways. This can be in love, or this can be in terms of business. Now, it is coupled with the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords, sometimes people just go, oh, it's a love affair, it's a love triangle, you're being cheated on, you're being this. And for some of you, that very well may be the case. But I feel like if it is coming up for you in March, it's a very small number of you. March into April is the time for Aries. So it doesn't surprise me that we're seeing the Emperor come up in both March and April for you in this reading, because you have the Emperor here again in April. But For me, I feel like the Three of Swords can often represent many different things: our past, our present, our future. It can represent three paths that we need to follow. It can represent literally what we're doing that is creative, what we do that brings money into the world. So it could be what you do for a job, what you're passionate about, kind of where you're going type thing. There's so many different ways this can come out to play. But the two main things that I'm being shown here by Spirit, and the theme that kind of rolls on, is love and creativity. Like what you do in terms of your place in the world, okay? So it's really about, how can I put this in a really simplistic way? It's about what you're building. Let's put it that way. Okay, it's about what you're building that's going to have substance. And for some of you, it could mean that tough conversation with your employer about saying that, you know, that's come to an end and it's you've reached a point and you're about to bail. And that could actually happen in the month of March, or it could be something that happens in April, May, or June. I see it actually being a discussion point for you in March, but I see it actually happening in June before you get to the eclipses in July, right? So, or it could just be that you come to the realization that what you're doing or your current place in the world no longer fulfills you. Something your employer does kind of fills you with a little bit of sadness, and you're no longer aligned to that spiritually, and it's time to make a change. And why I feel it's driven around money is because the card that came out to qualify that or further confirm that with you, because of course you get two, you're Capricorn, why would you not only get one? Is the Four of Pentacles. So this speaks about needing to hold on to money. So I really feel like it's something to do with work that's coming in that makes you shake up how you feel about the foundation, your money that you bring into the world, your status, okay? It's time to make a change. It's time to be the leader that you are, Capricorn, and step into your own. And you know what? You do it because as we come into April, still Aries month, you have the Emperor again. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is that kind of energy coming in to me and saying that you're taking charge of where you're going and what you're doing. The Seven of Pentacles, that earthy kind of energy, I mean, have a look at that. It's really beautiful in this illustration. It's kind of like all of the chakras aligned. It's about you being patient as you wait for your things to kind of come into play. April is very much a month for you of transition, okay? The energies around it, I can't remember whether it's Mercury goes retrograde in April. It may be that it goes retrograde in March, but there's some stuff happening in April as well. And that for you is your transition period, okay? For some of you, it is meeting your Emperor in that month. You may not even realize it. Or it could be that you're preparing yourself for when this Emperor comes in. I've been talking about great love in all of the weekly readings for Capricorn and saying that, you know, this great love's coming in for you. Some of you may not have actually met that person yet, but you're still preparing yourself for when they come. And this is a card of like, I want to present myself in my very best light and be as balanced as possible for when that person comes to find me. So I feel like April is definitely a month for you where you're getting everything set up. You're very empowered. You're strong, Capricorn. You're probably leading in your field, whatever it is that you do for work, whatever it is that you create. April is a month of transition for you as you're about to step into great fame and great fortune. And how do I know that? Well, other than I know, you have, look at this, it's so beautiful. The Ace of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. Like, no shit. Look at that. Gift from the heaven, gift from the heaven. May is the month where it's like all comes together. Remember I said to you, the beginning of the year is the very best time to start something new. All the planets are direct. That's from January the 6th, as I'm reading this to you now, because Uranus goes direct, to March the 6th. It is the best time to launch anything, to start something new, because it is going to reap rewards. And as it comes into May, I see you getting a lump sum of money, Capricorn. This could be a inheritance payout. This could be a royalty or a bonus from work that you've done. If you've wanted to write a book or publish something, now's the time to do it. It's a gift from the heaven, right? Look at that hand with the coin coming through. It's like, here you go, Capricorn. This is for all the hard work that you've done. So just know that everything that you're putting into place right now, all the sleepless nights, oh my goodness, I'm so there with you. It's going to be worth it. It's going to pay off. This is your reward coming in for you in the month of May. It's just like, I don't know what it is, where the money comes from. I can't tell you. It depends on each individual sign, but getting this together, this double message in 2 different decks, is so powerful. That spirit just giving that confirmation saying, Capricorn, this is it. May is going to be the month where we're just going to give it to you so you can actually actualize these dreams, so that you can turn your dreams into reality, so that you can step into this new life. Because that's what you're doing, Capricorn. You're building a new life. You're never going to be the same, okay? And in doing that, once you have this money, and I don't know where this money comes from, I can't tell you, it's going to be different for all of you. What happens then? Well, it's time to move on, Capricorn. C'est la vie. June is the month where you start to prepare yourself to transition. Now, this can be transitioning, like I've said before, from your career, from your job, but it's mentally you're checking out. You're moving on to calmer waters. You're no longer going through. I love this card in the reverse. This is the 7 of Swords. This is that sneaky kind of energy where people speak about deception and shady, but I like to see it in a very different light, particularly with the cards that's around it. This card has come up, I think, from memory for my regular subscribers. Write in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure it was in the Capricorn singles or couples just in December. The 7 of Swords kept coming up. So don't be alarmed. It's not what you think. It's not someone deceiving you when it comes to love. What it's about is you having the strength to leave the 5 of Swords, all the hurt and the pain and the bullshit in the past. Take the 2 swords that are left, turn it upside down, go, I'm no longer dealing with the shit, and I'm moving on to my new me, my new calmer waters. And that's what it is, essentially. It's about you letting go of all of that past stuff. And you've already done this work, Capricorn. This is not you doing the work in this month. This is you actually physically making that step closer to your new life, okay? This is when you start to put it all together. In another basic term, this could be a month of travel for you, Capricorn. You could be going overseas, over waters, short distance travel, not long distance travel. For you, it could be, it's still international, it's still something over waters, it's not interstate, but it could be something that is done for business, something in preparation for what's coming in. Now, finally, I just want to show you what the trump card was for this entire 6 months. You have the 4 of Wands. So the 4 of Wands is a card of stability, of home, of putting down your roots. And look, I have to be honest, for some of you, with the placement that Uranus has been in your chart, for a lot of you for the past 8 to 9 years, you could have moved house more than once. You could have had a lot of disruption in that area of your chart. And if you haven't yet, then it could mean that you're in a different decan to most Capricorns, and that's still coming for you. But I want you to know, Capricorn, this is the year that you finally get grounded and find your stability, okay? The 4 of Wands also speaks about marriage and long-term commitments. So what's interesting is I feel like everything that's going on here, you know, you've got the 4 of Pentacles about building your foundation, about getting that money stockpile together so that you can make a change. You have the Emperor coupled with the 7 of Pentacles. So it's like patiently waiting for it to all come together. Then it's like, boom, here it is, Capricorn, in May. Here's your big windfall. Here's your money. Now it's time to transition so that you can move to a stronger foundation. Capricorn, and you think that's good? Let's go to the second half of the year. Are you still with me? I know we're 28 minutes in, but there's just a lot to get through in this yearly reading, and I don't want to miss any of it for you. Okay, so second half of 2019. Remember, July, we have the 2 eclipses, one in Cancer, new moon eclipse in your space of relationships, revitalization, something coming in new, brand new starts when it comes to love. And then we have the full moon in Capricorn, so completing a cycle. And this is for some of you literally closing the door, that chapter on who you once were when it comes to career, finances, because you come into July with the card of destiny. Who you are in this world. It does represent the card of the star in traditional tarot. So this is wishes coming true, major arcana. This is destiny, everything lining up. The stars aligning to bring you everything you hope for. And guess what's next to it, Capricorn? The card of the Magician. Again, manifesting again. It's like you have the Magician up here and then you have it down here again. Like, that's phenomenal, Capricorn. It's just like, okay, we've done that cycle, now let's do it again. And it's quite funny because, as I said to you, in July, you have that Cancer, Capricorn, new moon eclipses, right? So you have the first one in Cancer and then you have the second one in Capricorn at the end of the month. And it's like, right, that's completed. Now let's begin anew. Same as it happens for you in January. Like, phenomenal. You can't write this shit. It's just so good. Okay. Eddie, you still there? I need an additional guidance card, please, on destiny for Capricorns. One card, please. Thank you so much. Of course, I get 3. One card, please. Thank you. One card, thank you. You're like going, what are you laughing at, Ali? Tell us, share the wisdom. One card on the crone. Thank you. Boom, chakalaka, Capricorn. 9 of Cups, please. Thank you. It's just so beautiful, honestly. And 1 on this 10 of Wands. Whew, Capricorn. Yeah. Okay. So, look, I haven't really been talking about the bottom of the deck, but I do just want to give you the sneaky peek at the 2 of Cups because that's what's sort of the end of the year focus for you. July. Back to July. So 2 eclipses, 1 in Cancer, 1 in Capricorn. You have the card of destiny and the 7 of Cups. So this is really speaking about you shedding everything that no longer serves you, all the shit, all the lower vibrations, and stepping into this new you. It is the month to do that, Capricorn. It's whatever you're still holding on to that you're not meant to be holding on to, the universe is going to come through and clear it. If you're hanging onto a job and you're meant to be out of it, then don't be surprised if you get a redundancy and that's where a payout comes from. Don't be surprised if you're hanging onto a relationship that served its course and it finally ends that month. Whatever it is, you're going to have a lot of choice and a lot of options because you're creating your destiny. You're creating your next path. The 7 of Cups can speak about having many options when it comes to fate, destiny, whatever it is that we do in the world. But it doesn't just relate to career, it relates to home, family, whatever it is that you want and desire, you can have it, Capricorn. You just need to actually ask for it. What is it that you want, Capricorn? What kind of life are you trying to create? Because that's what you're doing. You're redefining who you are. You're building a new life. This is your destiny. And in doing that, the month of July is going to lead you into August. The card, as I already showed you, the card of the Magician, coupled with the Ace of Swords. So if you had any doubt, you're going to get the clarity that you need when it comes to August. It's like August is going to be that, you know, that light bulb that just goes, and then you're going to go, yep, know what I'm doing now, know where I'm going, if you didn't already. It's kind of like you've got that card of the Magician again, as I already said to you in February. It's that repeating message coming for you in August, that strength, the Magician of manifesting everything that you need, but the clarity to know that what you're actually going for, right? It's one thing to have this energy. It's another to actually do something with it and create something with it. And I feel like you're getting the clarity to go, yep, that's it. That's the business idea. Or yep, that's it. I'm going to move overseas, or whatever it may be. You remember how I said this year in the beginning of the video is going to be a bit of a push and pull between what it is, your life purpose, and also love? Well, this is the pull back to the Cancer North Node, that nurturing relationship focus. You have the Hierophant coupled with the Crone. Now, for my older viewers watching, don't be too worried that she's like got grey hair and whatever. I want you to more focus on the energy of the card, and it's the card of wisdom. The card of the Hierophant does represent a Taurus, so a Taurus could be quite prevalent in your life. For others of you, this is about deep commitments, things that are recognized by law, marriage for some of you. You've got 3 cards of marriage here. So for some of you, you could be getting engaged or married this year. And I know I can hear the single Capricorns going, what, Ali? No, girl, get out. Like, where is this person coming in? Well, they're coming, right? Remember what I showed you at the bottom of the deck? Two of Cups. You have this kind of life partner, soulmate energy, Capricorn, that you're drawing into you because you're just vibrating at this phenomenal level, okay? You have the energy around you to live your very best life in 2019. There is no reason why you shouldn't be living a life of pure abundance, you know, drawing everything to you, just ticking every single box, like killing it, okay? And that's because you are the crone. You're the person that's gone through all of this life lessons, all of these experiences that's led you up into this point. It's made you very wise, very humble, very grounded in who you are. And in doing that, that allows you to attract that kind of deep committed love. That love that you've probably wanted for a long time, but maybe potentially weren't emotionally mature enough to handle, right? And I feel like when this person comes in, regardless of what sign, the person that comes in that's wanting to offer you this real stable, grounded kind of energy, it's going to be that kind of that thing you read about in fairy tales, right? That you've never experienced before. Like, you've probably loved before, but I'm talking about something that's really going to be like, it will match you on every level. We're talking mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Even your life purpose is going to be aligned in some way. It's that deep, Capricorn. How do I know? Well, let's have a look at October. October, you have... like, this is so cool. The 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Wish fulfillment in emotional abundance. Happy family, happy home. This is a card for me of marriage. To have them, these two cards, look at this. The Hierophant and the 10 of Cups. If you don't believe me, go Google it, right? But you also have the 4 of Wands here as well. Remember from your previous energy about wanting to build something foundational in the previous 6 months, because you're getting prepared, you're getting yourself ready. Whether you consciously know it or not, Capricorn, you are preparing for this kind of great love to come in. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you do get married in the month of October, and if not married, definitely engaged. And you know what's cool about that is you've got the 10 on the month of 10. So, you know, for me, it's just beautiful. It's like that perfect cycle. Remember I said you're beginning a new life, you're stepping into a new you. This is your wish fulfillment card coming through. And you did have the star somewhere else before. It may have even been just above it. Yeah, so you've got the star here of destiny, and then underneath that 3 months later, you're manifesting this beautiful, abundant, emotionally satisfied, everything you've ever wished for, hoped for in love. October. Mark my words. So awesome. Then we go into November. So just as like I said, you've got that push and pull. You go through this beautiful couple of months of like amazing romantic connection, dreamy kind of state. And then it's like, all right, Capricorn, back to work you go. Because you have the 5 of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So this is about 5 of Swords in this particular deck is about removing the mask so that you can see clearly and get closer to your goals. So you're coming up closer to another eclipse in Capricorn. So it's another cycle of completion. It could be also speaking about needing to be a little bit on guard, maybe standing up for your truth, for your self-worth. You remember I said to you, Uranus asked you to step outside any kind of negative stories that you've built about yourself. A couple of signs had this. I think Sagittarius, I mentioned this, but for you, it could be about things almost seem like too good to be true. They're not, okay? You don't have to do anything more to earn it, Capricorn. You don't have to work any harder. You've deserved this great emotional abundance. You've deserved this amazing windfall and fortune. You've deserved this fame, everything that's coming for you. You've already done the work. So don't get in your little negative Nelly headspace and start to doubt what it is that's coming for you. Because you are the Capricorn, you are the mountain goat. You may take your time to get there, but you've earned this coin. Okay, so get rid of that negative self-doubt. Know your worth and know that what you're building is going to last for a long time. Just be wary of that energy in November, okay? Because you could have that kind of like hesitancy to be a little bit hard on yourself. December, you're tired, right? There's no other way to put it. And you've got the 10 of Wands, so coupled with the 7 of Pentacles. So this is being kind of at your limit, needing to drop all your sticks, going, you can't do it by yourself. And this could kind of be where you're closing another cycle, because it's an eclipse again in the area of what you're building, what you're asking for yourself, of regeneration again. This could be this phase where you actually need to, from a creative point, expand your business, get some employees, get some help, get some home help, whatever it is that you need to be able to complete what it is that you're building, because you can't do it by yourself, okay? There's only so much you can achieve as one person. And although you are the almighty Capricorn and you are very powerful, you want to use that energy in the most effective way. And December is going to be a month for you realizing that. I feel like you're going to get to the end of December and just go, you know what? I just can't, I can no longer achieve everything that I need to achieve by myself. It's either time to delegate, get someone new, employ someone new. And it's going to come very clear for you, that message, Capricorn. So what's the overarching energy for you in the second half of the year? Abundance. What's cool about this, if you have a look at the Roman numerals, is it's the number 15, so the card of the devil. It's a Capricorn card. Coming up trumps Capricorn in the last 6 months, really having everything that you need for ultimate survival. I mean, the illustration on this card's beautiful. It's a very Game of Thrones-esque for any kind of nerds out there. I'm hanging to see the last of this episode, but I see that very, the last of this series, but I see that very much in this card. You are the Khaleesi, right? You are abundant, you are fulfilled, you are completely self-sufficient. You've done that, you've built it yourself, Capricorn, and now it's the time to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. You have everything that you so need, Capricorn. It's incredible. I'm buzzing, literally buzzing. And I'm right here in the journey with you, okay? We're going to go through this year together. I can't wait to see what you all achieve and what you build. I mean, honestly, what other sign has the Magician? I'm getting all tingles through my body. What other sign has the Magician and the Two of Fire? Like creative passion, manifesting anything that you want. The Emperor twice, being strong in your convictions, finding your man, your woman that's just perfect. Ace of Pentacles coming up at the same month on the same card. That's money coming into abundance. Four of Wands, a Hierophant. 10 of Cups, marriage, engagement, potential. Your destiny in the world. And then ultimate abundance. Capricorn, it's showtime. Okay, so I'm going to draw for you 2 more cards. One for additional guidance in terms of your love, this deck here, and then one for spirituality. So hang tight, we're almost there. Additional guidance for the sign of Capricorn, please. In love for 2019. What's the most important message for Capricorn? Please show me. Thank you, Eddie. Just one card. There it is. Number 18, the moon illusion. What did I say about the moon and the eclipses having a massive effect on us this year? One card for spirituality, please. I love this deck. One of my spirit guides is a Native American woman. She's older. I call her Adawehi, which means basically healer. So funny that I drop the cards as I speak of her. I'm still getting used to her energy, but one of the things she keeps drawing me to is North America. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see me doing some kind of healing work up there soon, this year or next year. But I'm definitely cool to that area. I just need one card. One card, please, for Capricorn for 2019 for their spirituality. What's the most important message for Capricorn? Please show me. There. Sun God, 21. All right, Capricorn. The moon illusions when it comes to love. So major arcana. The moon cushions you into a secret place created by reflected light. Redirect her tender glow and take it deep within your soul. Delight it in your truth. Imagine being steeped in the moon's feminine energy. The moon stirs your imagination in her dreamy, dark, velvety matrix of creation. Beautiful feelings and ideas combine with strange fears and anxieties and bubble up from the depths of the unconsciousness. It may be a little perplexing and bewildering, but all is truly well. This is a time to feel your way through the darkness. The waters of your life are being moved, healed, and cleansed. The light of the moon goddess expands your inner awareness. You are moving closer to the mastery of your mystery. The moon whispers to you of illusion. Something is not as it appears to be. The whole picture cannot be seen in the soft, diffused light of the sun. Connect to your intuitive knowledge and feel your way through a situation as your eyes may be deceiving you. Focus on what is important in your life right now. Make sure you are not idolizing a person or a situation. Check that you are not letting your imagination run away with you or turning a situation into something it is not. Are you communicating truthfully? Meditate and connect with your psychic abilities. So this is very much what I was saying to you before. Some of you are needing to let go of outdated people that no longer serve you, relationships that no longer serve you. There's that whole trickery illusion. You're going to come across those kind of people, and you do have a little bit of that energy when it comes to July with the 7 of Cups as well. Deception. What I really feel like the message is here for you, Capricorn, when it comes to love and intimate relationships, as it comes to this Capricorn full moon on the 16th, the eclipse on the 16th of July, whatever doesn't serve you anymore, whatever doesn't help you in your highest good and your highest path, you're just going to phase it out. You're just going to be like, no, I'm done with you. I don't have the energy all the time to go on, because you know deep within your heart, within your intuition, that that person isn't right. It's not serving you. And you need to do that in order to bring in this new love and this new romance and this new potential engagement and marriage that's very much coming through for you, Capricorn. Sun God, 21. Action, celebration, a positive outlook. Da, 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 da. With this card, the regal energy of the Sun God mandala has landed by your side. The mandala holds the powerful energies of Ra, the Sun God, and all he represents. The energy of vitality, strength, power, and confidence are delivered via the golden ray that brings a renewing life force and energy into all of the shadows that have crept into your world. Rise again, child of light, as the dawn of the new day is with you. Just as the sun rays breathe light into every living cell, you too shall feel the warm glow and radiance shining within. Each day as you are born anew, the great sun lives within you. During the dark hours when the sun gives way to his love, the moon, he travels within the underworld to bring light to all that appears dark. It is a journey that could only be inspired by love. So sail with Ra across the dark skies until your light is revealed anew. And just as morning gives birth to a liquid gold river only seen by those that hold the stars within their eyes. And there's a really beautiful quote that says, "The time of ascension has come for you. Bask in the brilliance of the sun rays and let your life reignite. Rejoice in the celebration of you." Now, Capricorn, I must point out to you too, in your 2 cards of additional guidance, you got both what? The sun and the moon. And what is this a year of? Eclipses, solar and lunar. So for you, this couldn't be any more prevalent. It's really showing you that push and pull between the darkness and everything that needs to be closed and left behind, and this beautiful illumination that's coming for you, Capricorn, as you step into your own before 2020, when you really hit the year of fame and personal power. So there you go, Capricorn. That was your most incredible reading for 2019. It was an absolute pleasure doing it for you. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know. And for those that are interested in having a personal reading with me, let's say you'd like to have a look at this for yourself for the year ahead, I am available. I do have space again. You can read in the description bar below how to book in with me. It would be a pleasure to do a reading for you. Otherwise, I wish you all the very best. It's going to be a cracker of a year. Stick with me. If you like this channel, subscribe. I'll be following with you. And I wish you all the very best in light and love. Take care.